Guys, today we're going to be discussing various study techniques. These are 5 different study methods compiled by students for students. Number 1. This is classic class note-taking. It can be time-consuming, but it's the best way to do it, and honestly, you need these notes to study further. You need colors, you need highlighters, and you need to listen. Number 2, there's verbal encoding. You need to hear it, to say it, to memorize it. That's all it is. Then there's the auditory approach. Now, not a lot of lecturers are keen on students recording in class, so again, you'd have to refer back to number 1, which is note-taking, and then maybe YouTube videos or even hearing your peers say it. And then there's the buddy system. Guys, this is a golden method. What you do is you study all your work on your own, in your own space, which is any space where you're comfortable, there's minimal distractions, and you can actually focus. Then you come together in a group and you guys discuss it. This way you can find new or learn new content, your friends can correct you, and you can even find new links to different content. Then there's the visual approach. Such a simple method, guys. Any spider diagrams, any pictures, any scribbles, anything that works for a visual learner. Now, there are 2 interviews included just to put these study methods into context. Do you have a study technique per se, or just at least something that works for you, helps you get work in?
I don't actually have an actual study technique, but I have something in place to help me learn.
And what is that?
It's constantly doing my homework and going to practicals to enforce what I learn in class.
Okay, so you'd say that repetition in university helps?
Definitely.
To solidify your work. Alright, did you have a different technique maybe in high school?
In high school I just used to cram the night before exams.
And that worked for you?
It worked in high school, not in university.
Alright.
Send me your location.
Now that we have learned about study techniques and preferences, let us move on to finding an individually satisfying location. In order to find one, you have to build familiarity by creating routine. Comfortability is key because you cannot be suffering physical uncomfortability, and make sure there is natural light as well. This is due to the fact that you have to be at your maximum productivity. The library offers various study environments as well as quiet environments. However, it is not too quiet, unlike the bedroom. Due to the convenience and comfortability in the bedroom, it can become very distracting, which is also additional to the kitchen, which has the main distractions as food and the people coming in and out. The coffee shop. Soft background music, great lighting, and a relaxed atmosphere makes the coffee shop a great studying environment where you can entice your memory through the sense of smell. But you have to know when to study as well. Studying during the day is beneficial because you are wide awake and refreshed. However, typically a person who would study in the morning has a burst of energy as early as 7 a.m., which is very controversial to other people who are usually sluggish during the day up until midday. We call those night owls. However, an advantage to this is the abundance of peace and quiet. But in order to work, you have to get less hours of sleep, meaning you have to build on a routine. Now, since we have learned this as well, we can move on to many other study techniques.
So now I'm going to be talking about a specific type of study technique, which is not known by many people because it's not very common. This type of technique is called the tactical kinesthetic technique, which is for students who need motion to learn. What this basically means is that they need to do stuff in order for them to remember better, and they best learn through experience. An example of this would be studying while moving or jogging, and using dance or like art to actually articulate vocabulary, or like using drama or anything to act out like your schoolwork. Yeah.
Let me tell you about mnemonics. There are 4 main mnemonics that I'll be focusing on. The first one, acronyms. This is usually when you use the first letter of every word in the phrase and form a letter so that's easy to remember. Secondly, there's music mnemonics. This is usually when you're listening to music and you're studying, and when you are actually memorizing, then you'll remember a certain verse or a chorus or something. Thirdly, there's rhyming mnemonics. This is when you organize your work in a way that it flows, and then you can form it like in a song or poem that it's in a way that it's easier to remember. And then lastly, if you are the type of person to go to the shop and forget your lists, this is a way to remember your lists. It's called the PEG system. For example, if you have on the list as number 1, you could say 1 bun. And with this is an advantage. With this whole mnemonics, the advantage is that the more you practice, you will be able to recall long-term information. However, the disadvantage is you must be able to practice and practice and practice this technique in order for it to work.
So welcome to Common Problems and Quick Fixes. So common problems is that students don't often take the time to make sure that they understand what they're learning. So ask yourself the question, do you understand? So going over your notes and ensuring that they are clear and well constructed will really help you when you come to studying by yourself. If you don't understand, ask for help. I know this can seem slightly daunting, so instead of asking a lecturer, maybe ask a friend in the same class as you to clarify on anything that you don't understand. Identify main points in your text. A lot of the time students get confused as to where to look for the most important information. Asking yourself the question, do I need to know this, will really help identify these key points and ensure that you're studying the right information. Finally, be an independent student. It's important to keep time management and scheduling in mind. So by making a timetable, a study timetable, this means that you can set objectives and priorities and make sure that you have enough time to get all your studying done. Studying is all about finding the technique that works best for you. However, clarifying on things you don't understand, giving yourself enough time to study will overall help improve your study experience.